What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 90s First Podcasting Network. Or join us on Test Your Might, a video game debate show where we battle it out on the current news. Joe hosts as our good buddy Cicero and I try to get the high ground and go 1000 IQ against each other. If you would like to connect with us, we are on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the 90s First. And finally, if you would like to support us monetarily, we have a Patreon. Head on over to patreon.com/the90sfirst to show general support for as little as $1 a month. So whether you're listening to the 90s First show or Test Your Might, Joe and I would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We hope that you have a blessed day.
What is happening, guys? I am super excited to be back here. We are at episode 51. Last week was a banger of an episode. If you missed it, just pause, go back. Episode 50, special guest, Khalif Adams. Dude was a gentleman. He was awesome to have on here, a great fighter. So if you did miss that, please go back and listen to that and then come over here because why not? Hello, do it in order, obviously. If you're here for the first time, welcome. This is Test Your Might, our weekly video game debate show podcast. Ooh, it's a mouthful, but that's what it is. I am Jelly, the host. We have on my left Cicero and on my right Justin. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well. Just for the record, I want to say that as per usual, Khalif lost to me. So
well, the things he pitched, man, he was taken out of my book with the way curveballs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them were great. They all started great. But sometimes, look, if you're coming to Test Your Might, this is a lesson for you. You better bring your A game. Right?
Better bring more than just a poster.
Right.
And yeah, most importantly, don't walk away from an argument.
Don't
walk away. Not want to do that. No.
From an argument.
Oh, walk
away from a debate.
That was unfortunate. Mike, we love you. But it was a bad call, my friend. That was
I just don't think Pokemon makes a good MMO.
There was a lesson learned there. Right. Don't ever do that again.
He was trying to bend some air.
We learned how air gets bent.
Yes.
If you missed it, yeah.
Now you got to go back and find out.
Please.
Got to go back and find out. And you know what? While we're talking about liking and finding out, for those of you who like what you hear here, please leave us a review, right? On wherever your favorite podcatcher is. If they have the ability to leave a review, please leave us a review. If you're watching our faces, that means you're on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, do all the things so that we can get up to 100 subscribers so we can have our own personalized tag. We need that. Hit the bells, hit the buttons, do the things. You know what to do, so do it. And if you leave us a review, we'll listen to it. And then if you write a review, we'll read it.
And then you can listen to it.
And then you can listen to us read your review right here on Test Your Might.
Absolutely. That's some beautiful housekeeping right there. Also, in case you didn't know, we have another podcast, the 90s First Show, where we talk about and cover some 90s content, the stuff that we've been ingesting, enjoying, and we get to talk about it because a lot of us here are 90s kids. Some of us experienced the 90s through a different lens, a better lens, some might say. They just were more cognizant of what was going on and not pooping themselves like others. So, it's better, I'm sure. I wouldn't know.
Were they?
Maybe both.
Yes, we love the 90s though, and this last week we covered a little bit of Halloween stuff, but the big deal is that next episode for the 90s First Show we are covering Halloween, meaning the horror films, which if you've been here any amount of time, I am not into. But I will be on the episode, which means I have to watch them. So,
oh man, that should be the episode. Is us watching you watch Halloween?
You don't want to see that.
We definitely found a loophole for Jelly.
Yes,
a blankie up over my face. And...
Yes.
No, they don't. I don't. dislike them because they scare me. I usually dislike just all the amount of gore, and it's too much for me. I just not like weak stomach. It just at that point, like I need a thriller. I need it to be engaging. And as long as they engage me, we're good. So I'm hoping that as they are 90s films, they'll be good like 90s films are, and not just gore like the new films are.
Oh, okay. Now, all right, Jelly.
Yes, sir.
We're going to flip the script for a second. See if you have the guts to answer this question.
All right. I do, maybe. I mean, I'm going to hear it first, and then I'll...
What is your go-to I'm scared move? Is it the blanket over the face? Is it the hand with the peak? Is it the pull your shirt up? Is it the close your ears? What is your I'm scared move?
Obviously, it's act like a tough guy and pretend I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So I pretend I'm not.
Well, when there's no one around.
So I have siblings, several. So jump scares don't usually work on me. I'm always ready for that. It's the things that make your skin crawl are the stuff that gets to me. And in that case, yeah, I'll just kind of just like make the face.
Oh, you heebie-jeebie cringe.
Yeah. I'm a hardcore just a little turn away and kind of like peek watch.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the turn away peek watch. I forgot about that one.
I don't really want to see it, but I can't miss it.
Right. Oh, okay.
We're working baby steps with Jelly. First, it's get him to watch a scary movie, and next it'll be, a new VR horror game is coming out. Jelly's gonna have to play it.
Oh no, that's not happening.
No.
You
heard it here.
No.
The VR thing not happening.
No.
I don't need that in my life. I like that my heart has not had an attack, and I'm gonna keep it that way. And I think that's important. But yeah, 90s first. We'll be covering. The 90s first show. We're going to be covering Halloween. Two of the old films that took place in the 90s, and then whatever the new one is. Obviously, I don't know what it is. Justin, what's the new one? I know you know.
Halloween Kills.
There it is. So we're going to cover that. We have reached 50 episodes, like I said, here on Test Your Might. And since last week we had a special guest, Khalif, we're going to take this sometime this week to just say thank you to him and to all the other guests that we've had throughout the time we've been here. I want to name them all, and I can't because between Test Your Might and the 90s First Show, we have had somewhere along the lines of 15 different people, I think close to, which is insane to say that many people have felt like we were something important enough, good enough to be on when we're doing something we love. Hopefully you guys love it as well. But yeah, we have had so many awesome people on here just coming and sharing their time with us and their thoughts and opinions and battling it out. And huge shout out and thank you to them. Cicero, I'm gonna throw it to you. Anyone in particular that you want to say thank you to, or big things that stuck out to you since you've been on here?
Look, meeting you guys, right? That was the biggest thing.
That's
true. Meeting you and Mike, and then Justin and Sean, right? I've got new friends. Yeah. So, I guess so. Of all the guests that we've had here on Test Your Might, they've all been friends of mine except for Cam. So Cam's the one guy that I didn't know before now, and now Cam, Cam and I are friends. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of them, they're a lot of my buddies, and they came around because they liked what we were doing, and now we've got fans. But you know what? Actually, my favorite guests, every one of your children is special, but there is always a favorite, and the favorite has to be Mr. Math Looks Good himself, SharifJackson.com of the Sharif Jacksons of the Jacksons.Sharifs, SharifJack.com, Sharif with the Jackson.com. I miss that cat. I love that cat. Oh, yeah. He is the best cat. He's about to be a cat daddy.
He is.
Let's get it, Cat Daddy. Come on, I'm with it. I can't wait for O'Shea Jackson to be born. No. So the joke is, so Sharif Jackson. We know Sharif Jackson.
Oh yeah.
There's another Sharif Jackson. He is Ice Cube's son, Sharif Jackson.
Really?
So Sharif Jackson, our Sharif Jackson, is not Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson's son, but people always confuse him as being O'Shea Jackson's son, Ice Cube's son. So I say that Sharif should name his son
O'Shea Jackson. Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Yes.
Sharif, when you listen to this, we're 100% behind this name.
Yes.
Here, Test Your Might at the 90s First Podcasting Network. I'm speaking on behalf of Mike, even though I can't. I'm doing it anyways. We support O'Shea Jackson.
Yes.
O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson. Right.
O'Shea
But
Jackson.
right. But it should be O'Shea and then Jackson. But like Jackson is his middle name. And then his last name, I believe, will be hyphenated. It'll be Sharif's wife's last name as well as Sharif's last name. So it'd be O'Shea Jackson blank Jackson, which would be cool. Or his first name could be O'Shea Jackson.
With the hyphen itself?
Yes, O'Shea Jackson is his first name.
Oh. I'm with that.
So many possibilities.
Yes, so many possibilities. I am endorsing all of those.
Yeah.
And yes, when he gets his name, he can thank his Uncle Cicero. I'm here for it.
Or we could call him Ice Jackson. Then it would be Ice Cubed Jackson.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I've thrown it out there.
Ice Cubed.
Just
put it in a hat.
If you want it, it's yours to take it.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to. He's probably got a wonderful name picked out, and I doubt it's Ice. But if you want it,
there's no rules about having numbers in your name. You could probably just put a cube.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Right.
But yes, it's been fun. And speaking of guests, you both were guests at one point and now just part of the family.
Every guest has a journey, right? Every host has a journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. Justin, anyone in particular that you've enjoyed battling against, listening to? I know that you're a long-time listener and a shorter time not guest, part of the podcast. What?
Host is the word that you're looking for.
Yeah.
I feel like the host is resolved for the guy who never battles. So
I'm still angry about that ocarina thing.
Right.
Yes. Yes, I am.
For me, honestly, from being a listener and now a host, it's got to be Cicero. I've enjoyed the company of Cicero on every podcast I've been on, and also the podcast that I listen to, the humor and the curiosity that he brings in the fights, and it's phenomenal.
Something special.
And I'm so glad to call him a friend and to be a part of the family with him.
Oh, likewise, bro. Oh man.
But that doesn't stop me from trying to win these fights tonight.
Oh yeah. No, you know what I'm saying.
Bringing the heat.
We bring that fire. You gotta keep it spicy.
Yeah.
All right. What have you guys been playing? What kind of games we playing these days? Justin, I'm gonna swing it to you first. I know what you've been playing. I see it. I see when you're online.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's not Apex. Unfortunately,
no.
It hasn't been for a long time.
Makes me sad.
Since the game broke, I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's still a little broken too.
I've been playing some remakes. I've been playing Diablo 2 Remastered with a buddy, going through on hardcore online, and I've died 8 times.
Oh.
Yeah, put in a lot of work. When you die, you die, so you lose everything.
Permadeath.
Start over, and been playing that a lot. Getting back to nostalgia. I grew up with Diablo, and Diablo 2 it's so good. And then I dabbled into Alan Wake. I've gotten through 4 episodes of Alan Wake, and phenomenal, great game. And then I've been watching a lot of movies, honestly.
That's a good thing.
In my spare time. Yeah. But hanging out with the family too. I'm trying to separate work and play and get everything done properly, as parenting 101.
Balance, yes, it's all about it. Cicero, what kind of games have you been playing?
I've been playing video games. I've been playing the game of life, both the board game and the actual life thing. But video games, that's why we're here, right? Oh, so I've been playing some new games that remind me of old games that are new. Like so last week we talked about how much fun Khalif and I were both having playing Halo, the Halo Infinite multiplayer
I totally forgot about that.
Flight. It was amazing. Got to play a little bit more before it was all said and done, and it's super good. I can't wait for it to come out in December. Still sticking to wish the campaign was held, but it is what it is. But it's looking really good. I've also been playing the open beta to Battlefield 2042.
Ooh, I heard good things.
And the thing is, it's Battlefield, and much in the same way that Halo reminded you of why Halo was good, right? Like what made multiplayer gaming fun was like you kind of lumped in those Halo experiences with multiplayer gaming and on large, right? Like but like because now that multiplayer gaming has become more nuanced, there's so much more diversity in the types of even first person shooter games that there are now. Being able to play a game like Halo and the multiplayer offerings that Halo has feels like comfort food.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. And as we're going, as we're entering fall, comfort food is kind of a thing that people think about, right? And right, Battlefield 2042 is another one of those comfort foods, right? It's the chili that's been sitting in the crock pot for 8 hours, and you're just about to pour it out before you put the cheese and whatever else that you wind up doing with your chili. Battlefield 2042 is exactly that. It's a beta, right? The build that they have is allegedly a few months old. There are some things like the building destruction wasn't what you would remember Battlefield building destruction to be, but you're still blowing up buildings. You weren't demolishing buildings, but you would blow the walls out, that kind of stuff. The massive battles were still there. One is it 64 v 64? So 128 people are out there fighting. Dang. It's incredible. The size of the maps are humongous. The graphically it looked really, really good. And it played well. Sonically, it sounded phenomenal. Phenomenal. The guns sounded incredible. The explosions all over the place. It was crazy. But like there were still some things that need to be worked on, but just the feeling like it was almost like being in the kitchen as mom's making the big meal for, it's not necessarily Thanksgiving, but whatever the fall harvest meal that you remember from your youth. Yeah. And you run into the kitchen to get a couple of spoonfuls of whatever it is that she's making that's part of the meal. Right. And it tastes great, but the meal's not done yet. But you're like, it really helps to whet your appetite for when the meal is actually completed. And that's where we are with Battlefield 2042. I hate to say this after I've just espoused all of this love for this series. But guys, I don't think it's going to be ready for the November release.
No, you think it's going to get bumped?
Little delay.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
just because
I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid that the
I missed the
Deflector
bit. I
Shield
downloaded it. I just
will
couldn't get
be
into it.
fully operational when your friends arrive. So yeah, it's
almost there.
Or if it
right.
does, it's going to have bad reception.
It's the thing for me is that the build that we got was a few months old, and I get that. And it is possible for them to make Herculean strides between the build that we had and today.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's like the level of difficulty to accomplish such an achievement in the age of COVID, where most people are still working remotely, is incredibly difficult. And I just don't see that there wasn't enough polish on what we played for there to be enough polish by in what, a month?
Yeah, we're
right. We're almost a month away from the launch, the intended launch date.
Mhm.
I'm almost willing to put money down to say that this game will not make launch.
Do you think it'll still make November and just like a late November, or are we talking like December or 2022 early?
I think we will get it in 2022. I think we get it in March. I think this is the big EA March game.
Okay.
I think it moves back into March, because that's the end of the that's the last quarter in the fiscal year.
Yeah.
And they can go ahead and just get it out in the fiscal year. But that gives all the development teams all the time that they need to work out the kinks. Work out the kinks to make sure that they put out the best possible game.
Yeah, I get that. And that's what we want.
Ultimately that's
the best experience, not almost there. Because if we get almost there, then that's what we're gonna say. Oh, it was almost
it was almost there. Now let me go play Halo.
Yeah.
Right? Or we'll say in November, we'll say, oh, it was almost there. All right, I'm gonna go back and play Forza
or Call of Duty or
exactly.
All those ones that are gonna come out Q4 like they always do.
And so like,
all right.
Give it the time that it needs, and it'll be fine. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it'll come out in November, and maybe it'll be spectacular. But I've been around a couple blocks.
Best case scenario, we get it. They've been crunching for 3 months since they developed that beta and put it out. And best case scenario for us, not the best case scenario for the people doing the work.
Right.
But yeah, ideally, we'll see it this year. But that's good to know that maybe we shouldn't get our hopes up quite that high.
If you're gonna step toe to toe with Halo coming out this year, you best believe you better have a concrete game. And I think if they were to release something that's not 100% in their eyes, then it's going to be hurting them. Coming to the toe.
Yeah, I think Halo multiplayer is going to be ready to go day one. I think.
Oh yeah.
There'll be some, there'll obviously be tuning, but we're talking free to play.
Yeah.
Halo multiplayer, right? In December, it's going to be ready to go, and it's going to rock right out the box. Outside of the normal load from new people coming in, and once they get that part figured out,
the
it'll
server
be fine.
dumps.
Server, but like, it's got to be ready for that kind of stuff. Call of Duty. It's funny to me, like I thought that the Call of Duty crowd is the crowd that would be the most immune to the Activision / Blizzard hate that's kind of riding around the internet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. but it seems like even Call of Duty is getting hit by that malaise. That there seems to be less enthusiasm for Vanguard than there has been in the years past, but for previous Call of Duties.
Yeah,
but that could just be the scuttlebutt on the internet right now. And then when
we'll
rubber hits the road, when the rubber hits the road, it'll still be Call of Duty.
Real quickly, I've been playing Apex as usual. They're about to drop the Halloween event. I'm super excited for it.
Spooky.
Nothing new under the sun though. Let's just roll straight into the news because that's kind of what we've been doing anyways. But switch it up to the docket that I got. The Switch OLED getting really good impressions early on, and Metroid Dread. Have either of you had the chance to see anything about that or possibly get Metroid Dread and try it out?
I'm holding off on Dread. I've got so many Switch games that I haven't touched yet. I've heard good things.
Okay.
But as for the OLED, I've seen one. One of my buddies got one because he didn't have a Switch prior, which is the only reasoning I have for buying one. And I bet it came with Bluetooth enabled immediately, and I wish mine did that.
But we all have it now. Thanks.
Yeah, we all have Nintendo. It now.
Got there in the end.
Not much different. Different color scheme, of course, and I couldn't really tell that much of a difference.
No, a little bit bigger screen, and other than that, the colors are going to look a little better because it's a larger screen and they're OLED pixels. So, but Cicero, Metroid Dread. Thoughts?
I have not played Metroid Dread. I'll get it at some point, I guess. I haven't seen the OLED Switch. Now, I own a Switch Lite. That's the only Switch I own.
Okay.
So,
but you're always handheld.
Right. Yeah, I'm always handheld all the time. I would have always been handheld all the time anyway. The thing that I kind of wish my Switch Lite was a little bit bigger. Right, because my hands are bigger, so it would be nice to have a bigger screen.
Yeah.
And bigger controls. So I might be part of the market for a Switch OLED, but despite the software, I think their software is magical, and lots of it is unique. I really, really kind of detest the way the company makes decisions. And as a result, whether consciously or not, I play my Switch the least.
Yeah.
And so I like it. I could go out and get an OLED, but then it would just wind up sitting right next to my light, right? Like it's
Mine
collecting dust
right there underneath my TV, and I play it occasionally.
Yeah.
I literally went on a trip about a month ago and took the Switch and my Series X, and the entire way driving I decided to be on my phone instead of the Switch. And that and it's like, and then when I got to the hotel I was on the Series X and the Switch just sat. So it's tough. there's a lot out there now and it's kind of in the backlog. It's a great system. I love it, but it's just so much other things that are around.
Perfect for littles though, if you got kids.
Yes,
absolutely.
That's the thing to hand to them. Okay, you want to play a game? Boom, there you go. All kid friendly content. Like you're totally chilling. Controls super small, perfect for their tiny little hands. They'll have a blast with it. They don't know anything better. Perfect for kids.
and it doesn't occupy one of your television screens in your house.
Correct.
Which is huge. So, I don't have to give up my TV. Okay, perfect. I'll keep the 4K for myself. Here's your little 720p screen. Go play, have fun.
Also, this is kind of a non sequitur, but one of the things I also played was Hades on my Xbox console using using cloud gaming.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's like
feel?
it just felt natural, right? Like it was perfectly fine. so that's awesome. It basically is PlayStation Now, right?
Okay.
Which like helps me to understand PlayStation Now better now, right? But like it's but PlayStation Now is now limited, or has always been limited in terms of the library, right?
Yeah.
But the quality has always been great. But the problem with PlayStation has been that historically their networking has to be resolved. Like it's terrible. I've got behind me, right back there is a TV. On that TV is my PS4 Pro and my Xbox Series X. They're both hardwired, and I can get gigabit speeds on my Xbox Series X, but I'm only getting 250 megabits on my PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And so like, that's typical to the type of speeds that I would get when I'm using the Sony console. So so that part of it, I don't have a lot of faith in PlayStation Now because of their networking. But
the PS5 is better.
PS5 is better, yes. I haven't had a chance to experience it because PS5 is a mythical beast.
Sure is.
But as as soon as I catch a leprechaun, I will try it out, and then I'll report back, with my real world results. But
my bet is about 500.
Yeah,
which
so
is better.
Yeah, that definitely is better. But yeah, the like Xbox Series X, being able to do that in the cloud on my console, and then taking that and playing it directly on my phone, and moving from my phone to my Chromebook, and like being able to do all of those things kind of seamlessly is like that's the future, and that's part of what Phil Spencer was talking about in his TGS presentation, and that's going to make everything so much better and easier for gamers en masse, like with this subscription service. It's huge.
According to him, it's huge.
Huge.
When you played Hades, did you use a controller or were you using touch controls?
Oh no, it was a controller.
Okay, good.
Touch controls are the devil.
The boss battles are impossible with touch controls. You need a controller.
Yeah. Touch controls are from Hades. So yeah, they should stay there.
Perfect pun. Hey, so tell me how you guys really feel about Rockstar's newest announcement, Grand Theft Auto oh wait, no, that's not what it was. Trilogy Remaster.
Okay.
How about this one? Which game are you most excited to go back to first, since we're not getting the game that we want, that everybody wants and has been waiting now for 2 console generations for? I can't include the 360 because no one was waiting for the GTA 5 and they got it, but the one, and then the PS4, and then like 6 months later you got the 1X, and then like we thought, and nope.
Well, they're about to release it on the Samsung fridge soon, so we're gonna get
a version.
But
there's a Luna version coming.
They'll be the first to have it. It'll be exclusive. GTA is exclusive to Amazon's Luna. Is it Amazon with the Luna?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Amazon.
Ugh.
You got it right.
That was gross. It felt yucky saying it.
Corporation.
But real talk, these were great games, right? Nobody hated. I don't think anyone's ever hated a Grand Theft Auto game except for our moms way back in the day. But which one are you most excited to see revisit now that they're going to have that 4K HDR beautification process and be much more playable today? As playable as they were when we had them. We all played the heck out of them. Specifically, I remember San Andreas being like the bee's knees, right? Vice City being awesome. But which one are you most excited to revisit? Cicero, you first.
Well, I think GTA 3, just for nostalgia's sake, and to see how playable it is 25 years later, right? Like
Yikes.
that game came out in what, 1999, 98, something like that.
So yeah, something like that. I mean, I remember last playing San Andreas on my phone. My phone could run that game. That's how old the hardware was.
But yeah, so the thing
software.
about it is, right, that game is so old, and you know, and the graphics, they were polygonal and all, you know, like how they wind up modernizing that, and seeing how much more of a thing that looks real it is in 2021, 2022, is going to be a curiosity. But the game that I'm going to want to play is
bananas.
Is Vice City. Vice City is going to be the one, right? Because Vice City's the one with the story. Vice City's the one with the like
soundtrack.
The soundtrack. It's got the flavor. It's got the like. They all have the themes. They all have the stuff. But it was also like Vice City was. It was the just right. It was in the Goldilocks zone of GTA games, right? Like San Andreas, fantastic, right? You could do everything. Yeah. Like it became the sandbox of sandbox, right? But at a certain point in San Andreas, like everyone that I know that played San Andreas got to the point where they unlocked all 3 cities, and then they just messed around.
Oh yeah.
Right, right, and it, like things, get 5 nobody. Stars. There's so few people, so few people I know that actually finished the game. You finished the game, Justin?
100%.
100% of the game.
100%.
Oh, you're
tags, collectibles.
Oh, you did it. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best of all of us, man. That's why I love you.
You're among the 0.01%.
Right, but like,
yeah,
Vice City. Yeah, Vice City though was a game that people wanted to finish. And you could still mess around and do all the things that you wanted to do within Vice City, but you also wanted to finish that story. And it was achievable to actually finish the story. So Vice City is probably the one that I'm going to go back to and spend the most time.
So, Justin, you going back to Vice City so you can 100% that one, since you already did San Andreas?
I loved Vice City very much. I loved the aesthetic, the soundtrack, the story. It was phenomenal. That setting was so good. But I am thrilled to get back into San Andreas. I've completed GTA 5 twice on 2 different generations, 100%ed.
And you 100%ed GTA 5?
Twice. Okay, so I got it on the 360 and 100%ed it for the ending because I thought UFOs and the aliens,
right?
Area 51 episode, right? And then I did it again on the Xbox One because I was like, maybe they added some content. You know, it's a new version. Nope.
Oh, maybe if you try it on the PC, maybe maybe there's new content on the PC.
Maybe on
when if you try it on Stadia, there might be new content on Stadia. But if there isn't any there when it comes to the Series X.
I'm not. No. But San Andreas, on the other hand, you know, the story, the characters, the voice actors. We got Samuel L. Jackson in there.
Yes,
it's phenomenal as Tenpenny. And the the missions are so hysterical. You know, with CJ and Big Smoke, and it has a lot of content and it has a lot of collectible. It took a long time to do the gang tags and all the
wow.
I think it was seagulls. I think that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
It took a while, you know, finding Bigfoot or, you know.
Right.
Bigfoot,
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. It was good. I'm going to go back to San Andreas. I want to see it look the way it was supposed to be intended. Having a casino, going through Little Las Vegas, San Fierro. It's gonna be good. I will go back and play Vice City for sure, but San Andreas is my cup of tea.
First. Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Here
we go again.
I might go back. We'll see.
Like
I said, the last time that I did any of this was on my LG G3, which I had I don't even know how many years ago now, 7, 8 years ago, the phone that I had, and and I downloaded the game. They released it on on back then it was it wasn't Google Play Store, it was Android Marketplace.
Right.
So that's how long ago it was.
Wow.
But I played it on my phone and I had fun. I thought it was a great game. I was touch controls and I was enjoying it. And
was that the only time you had played it?
No, I played it on the 360 as well.
Okay.
I actually have my 360 sitting right there.
We're all practicing to be weathermen.
Yeah, or on that side somewhere. But it's chilling. I still have the game. I just haven't, I feel no need to go back to it. Having played it on my phone, it was really fun, but it wasn't the same feeling as when I played it the first time. And then since then, I've never played GTA 5. Still to this day, have not loaded up, haven't downloaded it, not once.
Oh gosh.
I know, judged hard right now.
It's decades.
It is, yeah.
I wanted to get it initially on my 360, and I never did. And then I got the Xbox One, and I was like, oh, now I should probably play it. And I didn't. And now, I feel like I just don't need to play it at all, right?
Oh, no, it's phenomenal. It's still one of the best games out right now.
Yeah, that campaign is phenomenal. And the online
Seriously.
is a whole different.
Yeah.
I hear that. And it must be because we're 12 years later and they're still just updating the same game.
It's only 8.
I got
Stop it. Right.
I got it. I know what they're going to make. The VR version. The Oculus and the HTC Vive. That's going to be the version.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's in production.
Yeah, right. So seriously, though, I don't think they went far enough with this. This is the one problem I have with this, is that Rockstar didn't go far enough. They should have just done a GTA Criterion Collector's Edition and included everything. So we should have gotten.
That'd be cool.
We should have gotten the original Grand Theft Auto, the top-down Grand Theft Auto. We should have gotten Grand Theft Auto London stories. We should have gotten Grand Theft Auto GTA 2, then the GTA 3 trilogy, plus GTA 4, right? And just give us all of those games.
Lobbed in the holy anthology.
Right. Just give us, right, exactly. Call it the Grand Theft Auto anthology, plus Chinatown Wars. Right?
Oh,
give us all the games. Give us all the games.
Well, Los Santos stories and Vice City stories, PSPs.
Oh yeah.
Those were great. That was the last time I played Vice City. Was Vice City stories.
Yeah. Those. I mean, I don't. That's like, if you're gonna do it, just give us all of the content. Give us the the rare replay for Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yeah.
And I get all of the games. They don't have to be incredibly updated. Like, I don't need, honestly, like, curiosity for curiosity's sake, maybe 4K GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas, but I don't really need that. Like, 1080p, and my TV will upres it, and that's fine.
Yes.
So just make it right. Yeah, just give me 1080, but give me all the stuff. Give me everything, all the content. Plus, give me behind the scenes. Give me, commentaries. Give me let me nerd out about this series. You've got the money, you've got the time to do it. What they probably can't do is release most of that stuff, because they'll get Me Too'd, because Rockstar was pretty bad at being that humor wasn't just on the screen. There was a lot of conversations about how problematic that place was to work. But I would love to see whatever they could curate and release, just so that I could nerd out with them with this series.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So
I used to play all those old ones, the top down ones.
Right. Give me all of that crap. I want all of that. I just don't want just these 3 games. For what?
Or just GTA 6. Yeah, one or the other.
Look, we're gonna get GTA 6
Eventually.
I don't know.
Eventually is the best word for that. Eventually.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Eventually.
Xbox app on the TV. That's
when
when we're gonna get it.
Yep. Xbox app on the TV. That might be it.
Yep.
That might be it.
Phil Spencer says it's happening soon, so
yeah.
Maybe GTA 6 soon. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. All right.
Yeah.
We're there. We've made it.
Are we?
Oh, yeah. It is time.
Oh.
The mightiest of tests. It's about to happen. As long as you gentlemen are ready. You get your stretches in, and you do a couple of these little neck cracks.
Commercial break workouts.
Knuckle cracks. Some of those. But, yeah. We've arrived. We're there.
Test your might.
Since I'm ready, you guys have to be ready.
Uh-oh.
We're jumping right in. Big one here was some controversy over this. Sora, he is the final DLC character for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Some people say that's wrong. Others love the fact that we got him in there. Not a lot. Not a lot say he was the right choice. So here we're going to find out who should have been their final DLC character. So as we have 2 regulars on and no guests to choose who goes first, the way we're going to do it is closest to the number that I'm thinking of. Right? Meow.
Last time I got this one.
Last time you got it on the money. We'll see if you can do it again. So between 1 and 10, not to include 11 or 0, 1 and 10. What's my number? Closest 2 wins. If you get it on the noggin, then obviously you're a winner. Cicero, what's my number?
Oh, I'm first. The number is 3.
Cicero nailed it. Good stuff, dude, on the freaking money.
I was going to go with 4. So.
Okay, well, Cicero, you have the power, my friend.
I do.
First or second, which do you choose?
I'm gonna choose second.
All right,
please,
Justin, take the lead, my friend.
Right.
Who do you believe the final DLC character content should have been for Smash Bros. Ultimate? Just give me the character, and then we'll shoot over to Cicero, and then we'll battle it out as to why.
Well, I'm one of the few that think Sora is a great idea. Getting Disney collabed in there for the final character. Kingdom Hearts is a great saga. Back a few, I'd say probably 3-4 months ago, there was a picture that leaked for my character, which really gave me hope that it was going to happen. And I wasn't sure what it meant, but there was a picture of Mario and Bowser wearing Spartan armor from Halo. And I was thinking, Master Chief is coming to Smash. And I would have been blown away with the release of Infinite coming out. Master Chief coming.
All right, Master Chief. Cicero, who would you have chosen as the biggest final drop DLC character in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
So I would have gone with, and I'm not sure if this guy is already part, but I'm assuming that I'm assuming that he would be, but if he's not, it would be Simon Belmont.
He is. Castlevania?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
With the grapple?
Because I thought him and Alucard were
Simon's
players.
in the game.
Yeah. Well, then if it is in fact the case that Simon Belmont is in the game, then you know who it should be? Duh. I don't understand why this hasn't happened. It's time to bridge that gap, guys. It's time for Smash to get a little mature, right? It's been around for a long time. Time to get a little mature. It's time to get his fur flying, to bring in Conquer. Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Conquer should have been the last one.
Oh gosh.
That's not what I was thinking where that was going, but I like it. I like it a lot. When you said mature, I was thinking Tomb Raider For some reason, something popped in my head, and I was just like, "Oh,
yeah, I'm sure something." Two things popped in your head.
Polygonal shapes, pointy ones.
Weird, pointy enough. Poked you in the eye.
All right, so we've got Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker the Squirrel. If you don't know who that is, maybe I'll put it on the screen if I got the time, and if not, he's a squirrel. He's a chubby cheek squirrel. He's hilarious. He's got a sense of humor, very toilety sense of humor, and or Master Chief. So, Justin, back to you. Battle it out. Why Master Chief over Mr. Bad Squirrel?
I love Conker so much. So with that picture that I saw, I don't know if you guys bring it up. It showed Mario and Bowser with the Spartan armor. And I was thinking, Halo's coming out. What if Halo free to play multiplayer came to the Switch? And this would be a great segue for them to get that in there while advertising Master Chief in their biggest franchise. So they'd be able to add Master Chief in all his glory, melees, weapons, grenades. They already have Snake and he has guns in the game. It wouldn't be a long stretch to bring an icon of Xbox over. And I feel like that would hit big for a lot of people to be able to play Master Chief in Smash a little more than Conker, unfortunately. As much as I loved Conker, I don't think the fan base would support Conker over Master Chief in this case.
Okay, all right, Cicero. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, look, we're talking about Nintendo games, right? Mm. So last time I checked, Halo is not a Nintendo game, and yeah, sure, you could be trying to court something, or you could be doing some goofy crossover event, or you could be teasing it. Maybe everyone is still intoxicated from watching Disney Plus's What If, and they're doing what if Mario had Spartan armor on. No, it's not about that. It's Nintendo. Nintendo should have in Smash, there should be Nintendo characters from Nintendo games. Guess what Conker's Bad Fur Day was? It was a Nintendo game. It started at a Nintendo game. You can take the Nintendo out of the boy, out of the squirrel, but you can't take the squirrel out of the Nintendo, or however that thing works, whatever it is. But whatever it is, it's all about the fact that Conker's Bad Fur Day was a Nintendo game that people who love Smash secretly love to play. It was a game that those people loved to play because it was the naughty game on the system that you could have, because there were no naughty games on that. So it became the coveted game. So that argument that Conker doesn't resonate with Smash fans, I severely vehemently disagree with, because that's exactly the fan base that would love playing with Conker. And he would do certain things, and there would be moves where he would do a thing, and then you get the cloud with the F and the asterisks and all sorts of stuff in there that would pop up to make it even more awesome. People would clamor for playing Conker. It would bring out the inner 12-year-old in everybody to play as Conker in Smash.
Quick rebuttal there, Justin.
Of course. So the squirrel out of Nintendo. That's good. So Nintendo, I don't want to give too much here, but Nintendo let go of Rare. Okay. And guess who bought it? Microsoft. Right?
They did.
And Microsoft got Banjo-Kazooie. They got Perfect Dark. They got Conker's Bad Fur Day, all in the Rare Replay, specifically on the Xbox.
Right.
Okay. Sony titles and Xbox title characters have been coming to Smash for years now. We've got Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. We've got Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy.
Right.
None of those originated on Nintendo.
I disagree, sir. Well, I disagree. So all of those characters are from franchises that originated on the Nintendo.
But Microsoft is letting them have these characters, and Sony is letting them have these characters for Smash. Okay, and so Conquer, they brought Banjo-Kazooie. This is a rare title. Banjo-Kazooie, a dead franchise, just like Conquer, and they chose Banjo over Conquer already. Okay,
Right.
So why wouldn't they take a safe bet for the final release of a character and bring an icon from Microsoft? If they're going to start a partnership, if they're going to do whatever to bring Halo to the Switch, why wouldn't they advertise that with a lead character from one of the biggest franchises of their company that they're working with? I think it would definitely be a smarter move for Nintendo to advertise that through their biggest franchise, just for the money and just for people knowing, hey, yeah, we're working with Microsoft, and guess what, Switch owners, you're getting to play Halo.
Cicero.
Well, you be getting to play with Master Chief, but let me take you down some alternate history not even alternate history. We're gonna do an alternate future.
Okay.
Right. So right. Yes, it's gonna be backwards. So Halo releases. And it's infinite. And it's not good. Right? I hope that's not the truth. I hope that doesn't happen. But it's possible. It's possible that Halo releases and it's not good. Now, Nintendo has done all this work to get Master Chief as their final drop in Smash Brothers. And Halo was not good. Master Chief's value in Smash Brothers plummets because Halo plummets. And then this partnership that you wanted to talk about isn't as great because they've tied it with a franchise that doesn't have the luster, doesn't have the sheen that it once did. But Conker's a known commodity. Much like Banjo, as you stated, much like Master Chief, Conker is an Xbox property because it's owned by Rare, and Rare is owned by Microsoft. But it is also a known commodity for Nintendo and Nintendites, right? Or Nintendonians. Which are you? Are you Nintendites or you Nintendonians? I don't know. Right? So but yeah, I think it's Nintendonians. I think Nintendonians know Conker, right? And they know Smash. And they will universally love the return of the prodigal son. Because this is really the prodigal son. Conker he's the bad boy, right? He's the bad boy that looks good in the Nintendo world. They would love to have that bad boy come back with the leather jacket and be able to select him in Smash Brothers. And you don't have to worry about any subsequent games tarnishing the value of that mascot within your title. Because it's already there. It's already a known commodity. It's done, and you can still market your Xbox Nintendo partnership using that property. A known commodity that has no downside, only upside, baby. And it's even better upside because everyone that plays as Conker in Smash is going to feel like they are playing with a secret that nobody knows except for those people that know. It's almost like a club within a club.
All right.
It's the VIP.
So while I deliberate here, I'm going to give you guys like 10 seconds to think of what your power move would be, and then deliver that to me. I think I know where I'm going with this one, but maybe a power move can swing it one way or the other. So be thinking right now while I'm thinking.
Conquer Club. I love it, Cicero. I'm such a big fan of Conquer, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
Power move time.
The new game would never work now, but it's so good.
Yes. I've got my power move.
What I'm going to Justin first, just to keep it in order. Justin, Master Chief power move.
All right, so you're gonna grapple the whoever you're fighting, and boost up into the air, and do a backflip with rays of sun as the ship comes overhead. He grabs the Covenant bomb and drops it right onto the enemy, and smashed. He's out.
Okay, I like it. I can picture it. Conquers. What is Conquer's big move?
All right, so Conquer charges up, and he says, "Holy!" And then there's just a thought
ampersand,
bubble,
asterisk,
ampersand,
sign,
yes,
gotcha.
right, $, all sorts of stuff, and he pulls out 2 acorns, and he throws them at the person, and he throws his nuts in their face.
Okay. Gosh, that's a good one. So here's where I was at with it. I really liked Master Chief in there. He feels like a good fit. The fighter style, he'd be great in there. You made a great argument for Conquer, especially when you came with the whole ampersand clouds during the fights, having the those speech bubbles with the naughty words. Be hilarious without any naughty words, but it's a nod for all us adults out there. I'm sticking with Master Chief because I feel like he would be a steal of a character to get in there.
Justin, like all the move sets with weapons would work out so well.
And yeah, Justin argued it really well. Why it would be good.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But you had him on the ropes the whole time because Conquer would be a great addition. And since he was on Rare, on Nintendo, like it's not a big ask to be like, hey, can we borrow him? Like, can we use his likeness again? Thank you. Because he was here first. So I'm going with Master Chief.
All right.
But
well done.
Conquer.
That's literally every fight I have against Cicero. He always picks something that I love dearly. So it's so hard to fight. It's like he knows my back catalog of my nostalgia and just like, oh yeah, he likes this. He's not gonna be able to fight that.
Look at that. Yeah.
Such a good
Oh
argument.
man, that finisher was
almost
that's good.
Seriously, that almost put it.
Yeah,
the Covenant bomb held on to it, and that was the only reason. Like, if it wasn't a really good finisher, Cicero's finisher would have had it. Like, for sure, hands down. Like, tossing your nuts in his face, boom! Like the biggest, just slap to the face. That would have been amazing, just unbelievable, amazing. Dang, Nintendo, get on that. All right, next question. We've got Marvel Avengers. So Marvel's Avengers has added a paid XP boost feature. Needless to say, people are not happy. Nobody's happy when it's pay to win features come into the game. So, little fun debate here. What is the dumbest, poorest, just most boneheaded decision that a gaming company has made? And we're going big picture. So if you want to dig deep in that well of knowledge to pull out something super obscure, go for it. But just the worst decision that a gaming company has made. Justin, you won the last argument. So Cicero's got the power. Okay. Cicero, coming back to you, do you want to go first here, or do you want to hear what Justin has to say and then battle against him?
Oh, no, I'm going first, baby.
Take the reins back. Here you go.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
What is the dumbest, poorest, most boneheaded decision that a gaming company has made?
So I don't remember the year.
Fair enough.
But the company was EA.
Okay.
And the product was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oof.
And the thing they decided to do when the game first announced was that they were going to have basically pay to win loot boxes
Yeah,
and loot
the old
crates,
microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
That'd be November
and
2017.
yes, and it was so bad that they immediately got rid of it. So, well, not immediately. It was like a month, but in the scheme of things, that's like immediate. So that's what it is.
Very quickly. Yes, I do remember that. That was a bad decision, but maybe Justin's got something better. Justin, worst, dumbest, most boneheaded decision.
Give me a worse decision than that
a gaming company has made.
Instead of just talking about one developer, I'm going to talk about an entire franchise gaming company. And we've already touched base on it. And I think one of the worst decisions made was Nintendo letting go of Rare back in the day.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Well, you've heard it. You've heard his pitch. Cicero, why is EA's bungle, whatever?
Yeah, bundle the bundled bungle or the bungle bundle.
Exactly.
The bungled bundle.
The grundle bundle. Why is that worse?
Yeah. Yes. Why is that worse? Because it was insidious, right? Like, it was the pick 3 games that you wind up, like, if anybody's ever played Homescapes or Gardenscapes on their phone, and they play those stupid pick 3 games, and they just get to the last one, and they're like, oh man, if I had one more move, I would have been able to finish this map. Oh, well, I can get another move for $5. And I wind up with enough points to last me. And sure enough, you do it this one time, and then you wind up doing it again and again and again and again, because you need the XP in order to keep up with the people that you're playing with when you're playing Battlefield 2, because everyone's so good. And if you don't do it, then the game experience is gonna suck, because you don't get to stay alive long enough because the time to kill is so short. So like, if you don't do it, you're not gonna have fun. But if you do it, you're gonna feel terrible and yucky about yourself. So that's why they quickly got rid of it, because it was horrible. And they set it up. They set up the XP in such a way that you had to pay for those loot boxes. It was horrible. They made like the XP to get special characters ridiculously high, so that even if you and they said, oh, you don't have to buy these loot boxes. You can just play the game. But if you wound up playing the game, you would have to be super superb for like 30, 40 hours in order to get just like the most basic of things. Or you could pay $3 and you could get it right. So it was awful.
All right.
Yeah.
Justin.
Stop that.
Well, in regards to how it affected fans, yes, you win that tenfold. But also Nintendo, how it affected them. So losing all of these games, including some of their biggest N64 titles ever, like you said, Conquer, a fan base. We've got Banjo-Kazooie, we've got GoldenEye. If they would have kept Rare, they would still have that. Now, there would have been more arrangements and licensing, but it would have been a lot easier from the same company that originally had it. They wouldn't have been changing hands between all these different companies. So it affected them, and also it affected us in a way of, we're not getting these games, or we're getting little bargain bin games here and there now. But the people that grew up playing these games can't play them on the console they want to play on. And that really hurts the fans, especially Jelly as well. I'm sure you played GoldenEye growing up as well. That game was before Halo. That was it. That's what you played. And that was the start of one of the turning points in a lot of gamers' lives, is playing GoldenEye, slappers only, odd job, whatever,
right.
And not being able to do that now because they let go of one company really hurts fans, and also hurts them because they're not able to produce those. They're not even to get those games that would be making them money right now. making them bank for fans to be able to play that nostalgia. So I think that, yes, in a sense, the fans are hurting and feeling cheated by Battlefield because they're having to pay to win and pay to get stuff. That hurts, but I think the nostalgia hurts a little bit more.
All right. Quick final thoughts, Cicero, and then back to Justin, and then.
So my final thoughts are: I appreciate the passion with which Justin is making his argument. But respectfully, but yeah, I'm choked up about this because what I'm going to say is going to hurt, right? Respectfully, your argument is flawed, sir. Right? Because you're saying that people are losing that nostalgia, but they're not really losing that nostalgia, right? They have access to Rare Replay. It's in Game Pass, right? And if you live in one of 46 regions on Earth, you can, for $10, right, or for $15, pay that to Microsoft, and whatever device you own, you can play Rare Replay and play those games right away. So your nostalgia isn't lost at all, right? Those games aren't on Nintendo. But let me ask you something, man. Outside of Sea of Thieves, what game has Rare made since the Xbox acquisition that people remember and is worth playing?
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's not a lot.
So Nintendo's not losing out on any money, right? All they're losing out on is nostalgia for games that already came out that you can play on another console. So like they wouldn't be, yes, they would wind up being in the goofy Nintendo store for $1 or $2 or whatever it is on your Switch. So you could wind up getting so they'll try and charge you for a 7th time to own the same title that you owned on 6 different other consoles, but they're not getting like sizable money out of it. And Rare's not making games. Like there are games that Rare has made for Microsoft that I've enjoyed. Viva Pinata I really loved, but not lots of people loved. I actually kind of enjoyed Perfect Dark, when nobody really enjoyed Perfect Dark Zero. And Cameo was weird and goofy, and is a great game to play on Game Pass and just kind of check it out. But I'm not like, I don't sit around once a year for my annual Cameo playthrough. So
well,
like,
you would for GoldenEye, is what I'm saying.
Well, yes, but here's the thing with GoldenEye, even Rare doesn't own GoldenEye. Yeah. Like, so like GoldenEye's in this weird limbo. The only way you can play that is on your N64. So, so nobody's losing out on the ability to play GoldenEye. It is a great game. But that game has kind of been replicated in different ways. But the nostalgia of GoldenEye being GoldenEye, Slappers and Golden Gun and Odd Job, right? Like that's a thing that exists only on the N64, and it can't exist anywhere else. So while I do understand, like, hey, they made great games for Nintendo, and now they're not a Nintendo company anymore, and I'm kind of sad about that. Like that, I understand that part, but at the same time, like Nintendo doesn't care that Rare is gone.
No, they don't.
Like I mean, they have lost $0 because they lost out on Rare. Fair. There's nothing missing. Nothing missing. They're fine.
I'm gonna call it, because Justin, you're just agreeing. I think we both know the worst decision. Yes. Yeah. Battlefront 2 and microtransaction was so bad. I can't think of many worse things that have happened. There are a couple that come to mind, but that one was atrocious. Just, abhorrent. And yeah, it was like, I think someone did the math, and it was like 160 hours to unlock one of the elite, like the Jedi skins, Vader or something like that. And it's like, are you kidding? 160 like hours into a game, just to get one of the things. But you could pay a few bucks today.
Right. That is a month of work. That is a month of putting in 8 hours a day playing Battlefield.
And then 2002 was when Microsoft purchased Rare for $375 million. So I think Nintendo did all right. Sea of Thieves is making good money. But that was a 2018 game, so that's only been out for 3 years. And then before that, the only thing Rare did was make Kinect sports games. So not doing a lot for them. Although Kinect was big with the 360 and the original one.
Yeah, but nobody was buying.
No, it came with it.
Title.
Not because it was based on Rare. That's
right. Yeah, nobody was buying Kinect title.
All right. Third and final fight, so that we don't have a tie here. Far Cry 6 has a lot of pet companions. Today, we're going to ask who's the best pet companion in a video game.
In general?
Yeah, in general, all video games.
Okay.
And we are excluding Pokemon from this one because that's...
No Squirtle, no Bulbasaur, no Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's just all of your Pokemon are pet companions and yada, blah, 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 blah. I shouldn't have to explain it, but Pokemon, you don't count, sorry. So, in all other video games, what is the best pet companion in a video game? Cicero, you on the last one. So, Justin, Power is in your corner. You've got the gauntlet. What are you going to do with it? Are you going first? Or are you handing over that responsibility, that privilege, or maybe to his detriment, that placement to Cicero?
I'm going to go first this time.
All right. Okay. Who is your pet companion? And then we'll go to Cicero, and then we'll fight it out.
Now, I have Far Cry 6 installed. I have not started it yet, but I cannot wait to get a rooster. That's going to be awesome. But from all the games that I've played in my life, there is one animal that always stays close to my heart, and I will never forget my time spent with it. Man's best friend, the dog from Fable.
Oh.
Okay. Does the dog have a name?
I called him Spot. I don't know if there's a name in the game. I was playing it growing up. Emotional story.
Yeah, I've got Fable dog here, so I'll remember. And yes, Fable, great game. Okay. Cicero, coming over to you.
Yeah.
Best pet companion in a video game.
Well, there are some good ones. That dog is a good one. I was going to talk about the bird that you select in Borderlands 2 that flies out and does like the firehawk and does some things.
Okay.
But like, I almost feel like I'm cheating right now, guys, by telling you that the obvious answer, your best pet companion, is Yoshi. Duh.
Okay. A little left field for me. I'm surprised nobody picked the obvious winner for me. But
I want to know what the obvious winner is for you.
Oh, he's going to say the horse
afterwards.
from Ocarina of Time.
Epona,
right? Yes.
Yeah. Epona.
Yeah.
The horse that has a name.
Oh, it does have a name.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there. You know.
Yeah.
Does it really count as a pet if you don't name it? Thankfully, you had a name for yours, which is good.
Yeah.
Yoshi's got a name. Is he a Yoshi though?
Got a name?
That's a real question. All right.
It's like Yoda.
The dinosaur.
Yoda is a Yoda. Yoda's not a Yodian. Would be a Yodian. A Yodalite? Okay, I'm getting off track. Whew. Okay.
Pull up.
It's a trap. Okay. Fable dog. Why is your dog from Fable the best pet companion in a video game? Spot.
Throughout the entire game, this dog has been at your side, helping you find things, digging up secrets, helping you fight enemies. And he was by your side every step of the way. Whether you choose to be good, whether you choose to be evil, he loved you just the same. And I feel like that is a good companion. Someone that doesn't go and do their own thing, sits by your side, helps you achieve the tasks that you need to get done, and even surprising you with secrets on occasion. I feel like that's a good companion, and Spot always did that for me. And I feel like that is what makes something a good companion or a good pet in the game, is something that is there for you the entire time you're playing.
You're not wrong. This tell him why he's wrong. No.
Well, I'm not going to tell him why he's wrong. I'm just going to tell you why I'm right.
Perfect.
And you know what? We're here at the 90s first, right? And at the 90s first, we watched a lot of sitcoms. And sometimes in sitcoms, you have secondary characters that come on screen, they come on the stage, and they just steal the spotlight. They just take it away. And you start clamoring for that character, right? Steve Urkel was only supposed to be on a couple of episodes. Family.
Oh, God. I miss Urkel.
In a couple of seasons.
You mean Stefan?
Steve Urkel.
Oh, Urkel.
Steve Urkel was getting top billing. Jaleel White was getting top billing. It was the Steve Urkel show. That's what Yoshi is. Yoshi appeared in Super Mario World, sitting there, eating the monsters, eating the mushrooms, shooting out fireballs, jumping around, bouncing around, and doing all sorts of stuff. And you fell in love with Yoshi. You fell so deeply in love with Yoshi that when that game was over, you wanted more Yoshi. And they gave you more Yoshi. They gave you so much Yoshi that you wound up with your own Yoshi spin-off game. That is one of the reasons that Yoshi is the greatest companion of all time, because no other companion has its own game. It's Yoshi.
All right.
Here endeth the lesson.
No. I've got some fire to bring back to you here. Now,
just eat it and spit it back out.
Let's talk about now. You're talking about Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, correct? That was your game of choice.
That is correct, sir.
Stick in that one because it's supposed to be in a game. Now, your Yoshi pick is a little bit of a double-edged sword because yes, you do get a character that steals the show, but can you really call him a companion? At the first sign of attack, he runs away. And not runs from you, runs off the screen and kills himself, runs off the screen into enemies. He doesn't stay by your side and fight like Spot did for me. He didn't stay there and be your companion in the hardest times. He ran. He didn't have no attacks. He ate enemies, and then he ran off the screen. Spot was there for me, the Fable Dog, until the end. And not only that, he was willing to lay down his life for the greater good. At the end of Fable, spoiler alert, you didn't know, you had 3 options at hand. You had take all the money for yourself and be greedy. Save your dog. Keep your dog alive. Or save all the people in the town. And you can't have more than one of these options. So he's willing to lay down his life so that all the people of this town can live and continue their lives. And sadly enough, that's the option I had to take for the greater good. Being a good person,
man, I took that money
to take that entire time with you, fighting by your side, and then still be willing to die for you. That makes a good companion. Not someone who runs off screen as soon as you get attacked.
Your companion is there.
End of
Tell you jokes. to tell you jokes. Oh, nice. I like that. Companion is there to tell you jokes, make you feel good, do all those kinds of things. Maybe burp up some fire, add some things. But look, sometimes after you eat a lot of mushrooms and turtles and stuff, you gotta go to the bathroom. And once somebody gets off of you, you run off and you go to the bathroom. And you know, like, you go ahead and you handle all of this. I believe in you. I'm gonna go and handle all of this so that when you're done with that, you can find me again, and then we'll continue our ride. And that's what
he runs. That's going to the bathroom.
That's what Yoshi. Hey, listen, it's IBS. I'm not here to talk about what Yoshi's got and what's going on. You know, let Yoshi do what Yoshi's doing.
She's trying to find a porta potty.
Yeah, she's got stuff to do.
Yeah,
it's impolite. I'm gonna let her do her thing, and then when I'm done fighting the baddies, I'll find Yoshi again, and we'll continue to ride on. She'll continue to eat, and then she'll purge, and then she'll eat some more, and burp up fire,
and then run to the bathroom again.
Or wherever it is that she goes, catches the vapors.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. I do declare.
I like it. I think, Justin, you brought the passion. Cicero brought the poop. The passion's gonna win. The passion's gonna win this time. So congratulations, Justin. When you can breathe again, you can acknowledge how awesome it is to have won that one. Spot the Fable dog. Yeah, I like it. It was a great argument.
Another reason Spot lives forever, because Lynn wins arguments in Test Your Might.
There you go.
Yeah, I took that fat sack though. Just like, I'll take all that money, thank you. I was not a good person in Fable 2. That's just,
oh man,
I went the bad route.
Ooh.
Made poor decisions.
Yeah. I have a problem with that. I even in BioShock, I've always just like, I'm like, okay, when I start, I'm gonna do the bad stuff. And then I just don't. I just start doing the good stuff. I can't keep myself from doing the good stuff.
Well, it's a good problem to have.
Exactly.
That's a great problem to have. Yeah, I was like, no, I'm in life I'll be good, in video games I'll be bad. The worst. Killing people, and then sacrificing my dog for a big fat stack of cash at the end, and the people and the dog are like,
you could buy a new dog.
Yeah, I get a puppy, it'll lick my face and stuff.
No, he's gone for good. You don't get another dog. And then you have to live with that decision forever.
Yes, live with the decision. You have killed all canines.
It's cutting me deep right now. So, I felt so guilty that I gave you the win. That's what really happened there.
There you go.
I felt so guilty that I killed my Fable dog.
That's what happened.
His name was Tool. And then...
Right.
All right. That's it, Justin. You win tonight. You're taking the cake 2-1.
Yeah. Shit is a shot.
But some great fights. That first one.
Curses.
That first one's gonna be good. It is time for leaderboard. We're there. We've made it. We're here.
We did it.
And this week's leaderboard is going to be top 5 brand collaborations in honor of the Xbox Adidas shoes. That's one collaboration, but here we're going to talk about a few other ones. I'm going to start with Justin, you, and then we'll hit up Cicero. And as per usual, I'm going to go last here. So Justin, give me 3 of your favorite brand collaborations with video game centric themes.
Okay, so Monster Energy is collabing with Apex Legends, one of my favorite games of all time, to give you free content and in-game content if you submit your receipt and stuff with Monster Energy. So that's number 1. I've spent so much money on Apex, it's ridiculous.
Yes, and it is.
More into Monster. We're going strong, and then and then I'm gonna go with the Burger King games that I grew up playing.
Oh yes, well done.
Sneak King, Pocket Bike Racer and the mini game one, Burger King collab. That's good. And you know, like there's other collabs with video games and drink products that have been going around for a while. But I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna go with the newest one that came out.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the Pokemon Oreo cookies.
Oh wow.
Pokemon Oreo.
You know, some of those are selling for big money for people that really don't know what Oreos are, apparently. On eBay.
People are selling Oreos with like Charizard or like a weird misprint. And it's a Mew. That's what it was.
Yeah, a Mew with a backwards back cookie is selling for like $2-3 grand, and it's a cookie. So I bought a few packs, one to eat, and then one to ravage.
Sell that for cash. Just fat stacks. I looked up, unopened package of Pokemon Oreo cookies, $14,000. Get it today. It's yours. Buy now price.
Well, I looked up statistics of people, and it's like, oh, I opened this many packs, and this is how many Mews I got, because Mews apparently the rarest. And it's like one Mew in every 2 packs. I got 3 Mews in my first pack, and I sat there and ate the Mews first, because I'm just like, I'm not giving into this.
Couple $1,000 a pop.
Mew gone, and you know, it's a cookie. It's an Oreo. It's gonna expire. The package, save the package. Sure, if you want some nostalgia, but it's a cookie.
I like it. Cicero, top 3 brand collaborations. Video game centric.
I had to look for my third one. So I'm gonna name it first.
Okay.
And that is, there was a 360 skin. So like, for those of you who aren't old enough to have played on a 360 console, they used to do lots of screenings for 360 consoles, and there was one done for hunting, like one of the 100, like it wasn't a Capella game. Capella
Big
game
Hunter.
Or something.
I think it was Big Hunter or something. It had like an orange shotgun.
Yeah, but so it wasn't. Yeah, so it wasn't. I'm not exactly sure why this was done, but there was a New Balance version of a 360 screen called New Breed, running with Soul, but there was a wolf for some reason. All of this is weird, but it looks super cool, and the controllers are also skinned in this like wolf skin. Something like fur. It's weird, but it's really cool looking. So that's one, New Balance and Xbox 360.
I did see that one while researching.
That's the system Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out on.
Yes, that is correct, sir. And then I'm gonna go more recent. My game of the year last year, Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Had
the Gucci
a Marc Jacob and Valentino crossover where you could get Marc Jacob glasses for your characters in game.
Yes.
Which
Fashion.
Why? Yeah, why? But okay, sure.
Yeah,
you could get them.
I played it for 2 weeks, beat it, and then I haven't gone back. It's probably full of weeds.
Yes, full of weeds and ants and roaches.
Yeah.
But also for you guys, because I love you guys, and this is the 90s First Network. My third choice is a Seiko watch that is Pokemon branded.
All right.
Came in 3 different versions, which one was Pikachu, Eevee, and Mewtwo.
All right.
Yeah.
I think they're also a Tamagotchi Pokemon crossover or something.
Back in the day.
People listening, Tamagotchi was the original pet that you couldn't keep alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have to look up what these were, but there was back in the day, there was some Sega Sonic shoes. I think they were Pumas.
Oh, the Sonic sneakers?
They were. I don't remember what they were called though. They were
help you run fast.
Yeah.
They looked amazing. So found them. The Sonic and Eggman Pumas. So the shoes themselves were like furry. So they had like fur texture, blue shoe, red bottom sole. Then the wall of the sole is white, and then it had the yellow checkered. I'm looking at them right now. The yellow checkered just above that on the bottom of the sole, right between the sole and the shoe itself, and then green around the back with the little cushion cell. They're sick. So that's my number one.
Fur. How long's the fur?
Really, really short, but it's noticeable. Noticeable, like, maybe half a centimeter up to 3/4. So 5 to 7 millimeters.
And help you run fast.
American language, that's like 1/4 of an inch to not quite half an inch, something like that.
The Dr. Eggman ones were
all
leather,
red.
though.
Yeah,
right?
all
red
red
and
leather.
leather, yeah.
And they look
with blue
sick.
soles. Yeah.
Oh, apologies, had to sneeze right
there.
there.
Yeah, the blue ones, the gold on the blue ones look like the color of it was the same color of like the finish line in the game, in the original Genesis game.
Yeah, that
and
yellow
then the
checker.
green was the same color as the background in the trees in the game.
Okay, that's where the green come from. All right.
Muted, Jelly.
Am I still muted? My bad. Sorry, I was sneezing right there.
No problem.
And number 2, I'm sticking with shoes this time for the most part. My third one will not be a shoe. It's going to be great. It's going to be good, actually. The second one, though, is going to be another shoe. And it is Globe, because I used to skate, like 100 pounds ago. And I was pretty decent at it. Not so much anymore. Now, a little off balance. My top heavy. You know what I mean? But Globe, which
Weeble wobble.
Yes, I do fall down, though. I fall down a lot. And I don't bounce back. No, not quite the same.
Yeah.
My physics are upside down. Yeah. So Globe, which is skate shoes, they had a Halo edition shoe, which back in the day I wanted really bad, not understanding that wouldn't have been cool at the skate park. But I was
You'd have been such a poser.
I would have been branded a poser. But I thought they were sick because I played video games and I like skateboarding. So the Globe Halo Edition shoe, which is just like the green from like the Master Chief, and had like gold looking, like yellowy gold laces, and it's nice, and it's like a bigger, heavier padded shoe. Skate shoes were back then.
Yeah.
They're good. That was 2012 for the Halo anniversary. Gosh, that's been a while. Ugh. Anyways, moving on. My last one is going to be a skin for the Xbox remote. And it was so good that it was finger licking good. KFC has a skin. It was, I think, for the system, the console itself, and for the remote that had finger looking good on there, had the chicken on there, had the box and the little Colonel Sanders logo. Fantastic. So the KFC skins is what I'm calling it. We'll say chicken skins.
Chicken skins.
Which everyone knows
exactly what they were.
the best part of
the only way you're supposed to play video games with like chicken grease on your hands with the skin. You gotta have the complete experience,
All right. We've got 9. We need 5. So Justin, what is your number 1 needs to be on the list?
I'm gonna go with the BK games, because growing up, going to Burger King and being like, oh, games, I play games. You're gonna give me games with a purchase? Okay. Even though they were terrible games.
Whoa.
Still, seeing Xbox for free. Right. Let's go.
For what they weren't the worst.
For a charge, but
yeah. Not the worst.
Somewhere
games,
you didn't expect.
I think they were. I think they were like $1.99. They were ridiculous.
The same price they were in the Bergen.
Yeah.
All right, Cicero. You taking the New Balance, the Marc Jacobs, or the Seiko Poke Watch?
I could take anything. I don't have to take anything just from my list. I could take something from somebody else's list.
You could take Ocarina of Time if you wanted to.
I'm going to take Ocarina of Time.
I mean, Vans had a Zelda shoe release.
That's not on the list though. I'm just taking Ocarina of Time.
Honorable mention.
Just for you, Jelly. No, listen, I'm doing the Animal Crossing Mark Jacobs because it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
We're calling that the Mark Jacobs AC merch.
Yeah.
And obviously I gotta go with the KFC chicken skins.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're battling it out for 2 spots. We've got too many items here.
I think one of the Pokemon items should be on there. Either the watches or the cookies. Cookie is the most modern thing on this list. The most recent thing, and it's crazy, but
I'll take the Poke Oreos.
Yeah, that also ridiculous. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. The next one's got to be those Puma Sonics because they're actually kind of fresh.
Yeah, those look nice.
Yeah.
I'm behind that, obviously.
Yeah.
They are. I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna try and get a picture of all of these up there. But they are so like these Pumas. Out of all of the things, I would wear those today. There are some Supras, another skate shoe, Assassin's Creed Supras, and there was another Assassin's Creed Vans, I think, released a pair that looked really clean, just all white, super nice. But out of all of these, I played soccer for way too long, wore Pumas a lot. I would wear those Pumas. I would wear those Pumas today. Hands down. If I could get a hold of them, and if they weren't sneakerhead prices, I'd be behind those. But I'm not paying them.
I just want to make an honorable mention. This I don't think this counts, but because I think it was just a promotional thing for the collector's edition. But there was a messenger bag with Mirror's Edge that came with the original Mirror's Edge. That was a yellow messenger bag.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like the main character in Mirror's Edge had.
Yeah.
And I worked at Flame Stop when that that game was released, and it didn't pre-order all that well, so we all got that yellow messenger bag as a little tchotchke that we had. I used it a lot.
Yo, speaking of Flame Stock, that is a fire gift to receive.
Yeah.
All right, it's on an honorable mention.
No, we already got an honorable mention though.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time. That's obviously just from here on out. It's known. It is known. But our leaderboard is as follows in no particular order. We've got the BK games, the Xbox games, Xbox exclusive games, the Mark Jacobs Animal Crossing merch, the KFC finger licking good chicken skins for console and control. The most recent one would be the Pokemon Oreos, which if you're buying those, stop it. Just eat them. Do not collect them. You're crazy. We've got the Puma, Sonic, and Eggman shoes, specifically though the Sonic ones. And then honorable mention, Ocarina of Time, aka Mirror's Edge product bag on release. That's it. That's the episode. Ocarina of Time. Let's do it right. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're still here and it's the very end, you are a champion, and we love you because let's be real. It's been a while. I'm looking at my watch here. It's been a minute, and you stayed the whole time.
It was shorter than last week's.
This is fair, but we really do appreciate it. If before you leave, you could leave a little rating. You can maybe click that subscribe button. You could hit the notification bell. You could like the video, or if you just tell a friend about us because you thought it was awesome, that would be the most helpful thing. So
share the socials, whatever you want to do. Just let your friends know, because if you love your friends, you got to show them what you love.
Yeah,
And this
you
is
want
one
to
of the
have
things
nice
you love
things.
for sure.
And we would like to be a nice thing in your life.
Share the fun. Share the fun.
All right, from us here on Test Your Might at the 90s First. We'll catch you next time. Bye, everyone.
See ya.